YouTube, so I'm back. It's been a little while, but let's get going on these topics. I'm about to try to do like 3 videos, so let's go. So my first topic is going to be about the secrets in Atlanta. I mentioned in one of my old videos I was going to do a Secrets of Atlanta video, and I haven't done it in a year, and everyone keeps asking me like, where's the video? I want to hear the secret. So let's get going. So I wrote it down on my notes. So I'm looking at my phone. It's because I had to think, because there's so many secrets to Atlanta. We're going to start off with a drum roll. Okay, so basically I'm going to be going over like what the myths are, like what people say, like the rumors and stuff, and if it's true or not, you know. So HIV. So it's definitely real here. When I first moved back here in January, I was in a room with like 2-3 people, and they were like telling me that they got it, and they were saying that they know a lot of people here that have it. And I was like, you know what I mean, because I always thought it was a myth, because someone told me before that they ain't true, you know, they just trying to do that to get black people to stop moving to Atlanta, because, you know, when black people move here, they're very successful. And but I guess it's real, because the 2 people that I talked to, you know, say they know a lot of people here that have it, and they just, you know, they find someone that have it, they just get together and make it happen. You know what I mean? They don't be caring. Like, it's natural here, you know, especially for, you know, homosexuals. So it's definitely real. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was just, you know, fake or whatever, because, like, you know, for what the first reason I said, they don't want black folks moving here, they want to scare them off, you know. But that could be it, but it's real. Like, I actually, you know, herpes, HIV, all of that. So when I heard that, I was like, I won't be messing with no one here. No one. You know what I mean? No one. So I'm very, very scared to date here. Like, I've been here since January, and I've only talked to one person here on and off for 2 years or whatever now. Only one person. It was only because they weren't from here, you know. I have to be cautious. I care about my life. I care about my health, you know. And I'm young. I can't be moving freely and catching that. I'm too young, you know what I mean? Some people don't care. I care a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I've never had an STD or any of that. Thank God, because I hear so many stories with men bringing that back home to their girls and stuff. And thank God I messed with clean men, you know what I mean, in the past. But, yeah, I'm very, very cautious. So yeah, it's definitely, you know, I actually heard from one of my clients that she was told that, you know, some of the gays here, they'll, if they move here, she said they'll go to a party, like it's called an HIV party. She says parties where it's people that have HIV and they give it to them. They call it a gift giving party or something like that. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's called a gift giving party, and basically they, you know, have sex with people that have it already, because they already scared that they're gonna get it, because, you know, it's pretty much the capital here, you know. So they go ahead and they just let people give it to them. And I was like, and I asked, you know, someone that was homosexual, was that true? He said he hasn't heard that, whatever, but, you know, he said there is a lot of people that got it. He said when he meets someone, he tell them, they go, oh yeah, I got it too. Like, it's just nothing. So be careful. Be careful. Come here. You moving here single, handle your business, date out of state. Go on road trips to visit your boo, flights to visit your boo, have your boo come out here. Make sure they with you the whole time. They do come out here, make sure they don't creep out, you know, away from you, so you know what they doing. Because, yeah, because a lot of these girls out here be messing with just any and everybody, and they don't be caring. They just look at someone with a nice car, with money, and they just mess with them, and, you know, they be passing it around too. Straight people be passing around too, especially females out here, because they just be going dude to dude, and, you know what I mean? So it ain't just, you know, the homosexuals or whatever. It's the men, straight women, it's everybody. It's a lot of sexual activity that happens in Atlanta. A lot of people just hop next, you know what I mean? Just, you know, that's how you gotta be. It ain't about being judgmental or thinking you better than the next. It's just, you gotta be cautious. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I don't want that for the rest of my life. I still ain't had kids yet, you know what I mean? And you can give that to your kids. If you have a kid, I think you can transfer that into your kids. I'm not doing that, no. So I'd rather just go, you know, a while without it, you know, just be here handling my business and be by myself and collect some cobwebs than, you know, chance myself. you know. So that's with that. Herpes, HIV, that's really a thing down here. I thought it was a rumor, but it's on 100. So the next thing is there's a lot of gay parties here. They throw parties, like the gay men. I don't know if gay women do. I'm sure they do, whatever, with gay men. They throw parties here, and it just be nothing but men there, just, you know, having, you know what. And rumor is, actually factual rumors is, married straight men go to those parties and go back home and go to their wives. Married straight men go to the gay orgy parties and go back home to their wives like nothing happened. You think your man out with the boys, you know what I mean, he with the boys, but you know what I mean, you think he out innocent with the boys out at the club, and he really at the orgy party. It's actually a thing. I know a guy down here that actually throws them. He throws those type of parties. So I'm speaking facts. I'm not speaking just everything from what I heard. So ladies, be careful. Oh, and then yeah, back to the big orgy parties. I did a lady's nails, and she was just telling me like how her man, ever since she moved to Atlanta turned her out. Like her man be having threesomes. She said where she's from, she never had before, never would even think about it, thought she would never do it. And when she moved down here, she said some lady came up to her and changed her mind. And her and her husband, his husband, they have kids and everything, be having threesomes. They leave their kids at home, they go get a hotel. She said sometimes the kids be sleeping, everybody still went over. And she said they actually go to parties where it's just like you go in, you have to show papers that you clean of any disease, HIV, you show them papers and you get to go in and just mess with anybody. It's a very dark city. I see why they call Atlanta Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, because it's just a lot of satanic, demonic things happening in the city. Like God didn't create a city for people to come to and just be messing with everybody at parties and stuff. Like your sex is supposed to be for one person, you know what I mean? Not for you to go to a party and just anybody that walk up to you, like, you know what I mean? But one time my client was in town and she was paid to host the event, and she asked me to come with her. Didn't tell me it was a gay club. Get there, and I seen stuff I never seen before and I didn't want to see. It was crazy in that club. Like I was just like literally in the club like this whole time. I was like, I'm not getting drunk, so nobody don't come up to me and think I'm part of the party, because I'm not. I'm just here with my client. I'm mad because she made me go to this event, you know. But everybody was in there just wild, just walking. I just seen some wild stuff that I can't erase out of my mind. So yeah, that's actually a thing. Like threesomes are at an all-time high here in Atlanta. I guess that's normal here. I would never do it. I've had a client come in before and ask me with her dude. They was really, really cool. And then she started asking me like, what's your type of men? And I started telling her like, I like dark skin, tall, you know what I mean? 'Cause that's literally what he looked like. But I wasn't even thinking about him. I'm just thinking like, that's my type. I'm like, I like dark skin, tall. And he's like, babe, chill. And I look, you know, he's like, chill to his girl or whatever. He's like, chill. She's like, what? She's like, okay. And so then they started just eventually opening up to me, telling me that like that's what they be doing here. They be having threesomes all the time. And she said that she has a thing with seeing women go down on her men. I can't relate because I'm crazy. I will snatch. Like, no. I don't even like when girls look at my dude. So to hear, even the other client I told you about that said she went to those type of parties, she said the same thing. She said, I have a thing with seeing a girl get my man. They both said that. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what? I'm crazy. Like, that's why I told them, I said, I've never in my life heard this before. I said, but kudos to you. That is one confident woman, because I would forget. I'd be like, bitch, get off my man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they was like trying to recruit me or whatever, and I didn't even know it. He eventually, like, when I already walked him outside, you know, he was just like, yeah, he's like, y'all should start hanging out more, like, you know, get a number, you know, y'all should go out, like, go to museums and stuff, like, you know, he was trying to, like, you know, he was trying to egg us on to, like, hang out and stuff like that. And I'm so naive because I'm not used to this in Texas. I'm like, yeah, girl, like, you know, we'll have to go somewhere or whatever, so let me know, you know, hit me up, whatever, blah. But then that's whenever I got ready to leave, and I was telling someone about them. They was like, girl. Oh, that's when I told the next client, the one that said she goes to the parties, and you know, the other one that has threesomes with her husband. That's when she was like, girl, she's like, yeah, they be trying to recruit you. I said, they were? She said, yeah. She said, anytime a girl's with her dude, and when they do that, she said, I do that. She said, I'm trying to recruit a female. I'll be like, what's your type of men? You know what I mean? I said, oh my gosh. Like, you know, Atlanta's just, you know, I've had clients literally sit in my chair and be like, trying to holler at me. Like, you single? You date girls? I'm just trying to make my money and do your makeup. Like, what you, you know what I mean? Like, they be looking, one girl, she was like this, looking me up and down. She was like, talking about my chest area and stuff. I'm like, it's a girl, no, I only like men. I'm sorry. I love me a man. I love me a manly, masculine man. I'm sorry, nothing a female can do for me. She's like, have you ever tried it though? No, I don't want a female. You know what I mean? I love men. I love men. I know what I like. I know what type of men I like. Whew. I love me a man. Okay, let me stop. So, yeah, you know, Atlanta is like the music capital. Everyone comes here to be a celebrity, to be around celebrities, to get on, be famous. This is a clout chasing city. So this is where the deep spiritual stuff come in. So there's a lot of, you know, rituals that happen here. I know for a fact a A-list rapper came here and sold his soul to get popping. I actually know a rapper that, an A-list rapper, the cousin, I did her nails, and she was telling me that he actually moved here, sold his soul, and now he's mainstream. And I listed all the whole details of that in my other video. Watch the video where I'm talking about Kobe and Illuminati and stuff like that. I don't want to go back, you know. But yeah, so a lot of rappers actually come here and, you know, do rituals. They have ritual parties and stuff, and, you know, just stuff to keep their career going. A lot of sacrificing, you know, initiations, like to get in that, you know. It's real, especially in Atlanta. It's a lot of dark energy in Atlanta, I swear. Like, I tell people, like, when I lived in Atlanta last year, when I came in 2018, I was very young, naive, just full of life, just, ooh, Atlanta, you know what I mean? And I would always, you know, when I'd be around celebrities and stuff like that, I would always, like, experience weird energy, but I was, you know, not really spiritual yet, you know what I mean, to really see what was going on. I knew that what I was experiencing kind of wasn't normal, you know, just the energy, whatever, but I was just so young, just, oh, you know, lights, camera, action, you know, full of just, you know, curiosity or whatever. Yeah, I didn't see it, but like now that I left Atlanta last year for 6 months, came back in January, and like now, you know, those 6 months, like I went through like a spiritual awakening. Like two things happened to me that made me see things differently. So now that I'm back in Atlanta, I see things so deep and so different. I'm like, think about like when I came to Atlanta back in 2018, how I was so blind to a lot of stuff. I was so blind. Like, I'll be like, dang, I was blind. Now I see things differently. Like, just even like some of the people I hung out with in the past. I'm gonna have to do a story time on that. Something happened recently. I was in the middle of a ritual, y'all. Someone I know, whatever, down here, I was in the middle of a ritual. I'm gonna do a story time about that later. I have to figure out how I can do that because I'm not sure if that person still watches me, and I want to tell y'all so bad the story. Oh, I want to tell y'all so bad, but I'm gonna see how I can make that happen in story time. But yeah, so now I see things differently. Like some of the people that I kicked it with when I was in Atlanta last year, the year before last, I don't be around them no more. I'm not really feeling it. I don't feel safe around them. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just see things differently and people differently. Like, yeah, so y'all be careful. Like, you know, be really careful. The client that told me that her cousin, her dude's cousin, you know, came here and whatever, she said that her baby daddy, he's in the music industry too, and people out here been trying to reach out to him. He lives out here now, and people been trying to reach out to him for him to be in it. And I was like, girl, be careful. Pray over your son, because it's real. It's definitely where they definitely, you know, sacrifice people out here. All these stories about people, rappers getting shot just for no reason, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. I stay in the house 24/7 and I just work and travel. Stay at the house, do my makeup and my nails, whatever, and travel and get up out of Atlanta. Just like my stuff in the house just to make my money. And I'm just so, like I said, I see Atlanta totally different than what I used to back in the day. Like, you look at my videos when I first moved in, I'm like, I like it. It's fun, you know. Now I'm like, you know, the spiritual side of me is like, girl. So yeah, y'all be careful out here. If you're trying to come out here to be an actress, actor, singer, rapper, whatever, just, you know, if that's not what you want to do, then, you know, don't let anyone here trap you into it, because they know how to convince you with cars, clothes, shoes, houses, you know. So stay true to who you are. Don't sell your soul for materialistic stuff. All those people that's done that, they are very unhappy. They're very in a dark place. They look unhappy all the time. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't ever lose your soul just for materialistic stuff, because at the end of the day, like, that's your soul. Eternity. Like, stay true to who you are. Be independent. Get your music popping on the you know, streams, YouTube. Just use all social media platforms to get your stuff up there. You know what I mean? Build your fan base without having to sign and sell your soul. Once you get them streams going and get yourself, you know, publicly known, then the money will do the talking. You know what I mean? Authentically, not from, you know, you signing your name in blood and having to just sacrifice people. And, you know, it's real. It's real. I thought it was fake until I moved to Atlanta, and I'm like, it's real. Atlanta is known for being cap city. The city that caps a lot. The city that's full of capping people. People that fake their lifestyles. People that put on and make somebody they got much more than what they really have. Basically imposters. There's a lot of imposters here in Atlanta. You know what I mean? A lot of people out here, you know, you'll see them like, ooh, look at the chains, look at the car, look. And he really ain't got nowhere to sleep. He's sleeping in that car, sleeping in Airbnbs or on his homie couch, or the chain is fake, the car is rented. You know what I mean? People lie about their age here. I guess that's the thing. Lie about their age, y'all. Yes, that happened to me recently. It's no reason for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's no reason. People lie about where they from. But even something simple like where they from. You know what I mean? They just lie a lot here. There's a lot of people that lie a lot. Tell you they're gonna do something, but they really don't do it. Cap city. Never been to a city where I've got lied to so much until I moved to Atlanta. I swear to God. In Texas, it's real. What you see is what you get. Half of these people in Atlanta that be putting on, they wouldn't last a day in Texas. Because Texas people be pointing out fast, like, you lying. You ain't real. Like, why you fronting? You know what I mean? Like, we be, like, pointing people out, like, you know, because we too real in Texas. Like, Texas, like I said, is what you see, what you get. So I have these people here that be putting on stuff. Texas people shut them down. They wouldn't last a day in Texas, I promise you. All that stunning, we like, that car's rented. You ain't got nowhere to live. You stay with your mama. You know what I mean? That's how we are in Texas. We are very realistic. Like, you know what I mean? We live a very realistic life there. So, it's new to me. It's something I can't adapt to. People like that, I just distance myself. Everybody here think they rich. Everybody here think they a celebrity. Everybody here think they balling. In reality, they nowhere near that. Paying for followers, paying for likes, paying for verified check. You know what I mean? It's just, Lord Jesus, my head is hurting just thinking about this, you know. Sorry y'all, this light was blinding me. Okay, double lives. There's people that live double lives here. I've heard a lot of stories about clients saying that they dated men that were actually married and dated them for like a year or two. One client said her best friend actually got pregnant by a married man. Didn't know at all. Like, dated him for 2 years. Was thinking he was single the whole time. He gave her a ring and everything, and he was married. Double lives. A lot of straight men out here playing like they don't like trannies and, you know, men and stuff like that. Really be bumping and grinding with them, whatever, and then, you know, try to portray an image like they so hard and so hardcore and, you know, thuggish, and or they just so against that, whatever. You know what I mean? It'd be the main ones to be like, oh, I can't fuck gay people. I can't gay people. You know, they be the main ones. Double lives. I've caught a dude that was trying to talk to me out here liking tranny pictures. It's serious, you know what I mean? Like multiple trannies. And I just didn't say nothing at first, and then it's just after a while, I can't do it no more. I can't, like, you know what I mean? Because I try to be like, I was trying to think like, maybe they don't know, you know what I mean? Because men just see boobs and, you know, ass, you know, and makeup and hair, you know, nails and stuff. They don't really be looking hard as long, you know what I mean? Because these trannies nowadays, they are like on 100, like they be having real, you know, not real, they be having fake boobs, BBLs, they be tucking real, you know what I mean? Like some of them like can, you know, can pass a little bit, whatever. But the pictures that I was seeing, it's like, come on now, you know, this is a tranny, come on now, you know what I mean? So y'all be careful out here. I heard a lot of rappers out here be messing with trannies. I heard that that's the thing. Like these rappers love them some trannies because they say trannies are aggressive and they do stuff that regular girls don't do. They say we're very light and we're not aggressive. They say we're very gentle. And they say men deep down like to be handled rough, and trannies come in. That's what they do all of that. That's what a gay guy told me. And it makes sense because like what you doing with a tranny? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a hardcore rapper, a hardcore, or just whatever. You're supposed to be from the streets, you know, the block or whatever. But you messing with trannies, you know what I mean? So that's what they say. They say that we too gentle with the men. So that's why they go and they get the trannies because, you know, it's a female. Look at Bobby Valentino. He was caught with a tranny, you know what I mean? So, and some other ones. But I can't deal with a dude that's bisexual. I need you to be straight. I need you to like females because I like men. I don't have to be, you know, worried about if you come in late or were you with a female or were you with a male. So, yeah, there's a lot of men here with some sexual demons going on, very sexual, and just, you know, fighting they little demons or whatever because they just like sex that much that they're willing to just lust over anything. So, pay close attention, ladies. You dealing with a dude, pay close attention to who he, you know, desires on social media, who he desires in person. If you out at the mall with him and a gay guy walk by, notice if he turns his head, you know what I mean? Like, be careful out here in Atlanta. I done said this about 20 times, but I'm for real, y'all. I just want y'all to like be careful. I want everybody out here safe, and I want everybody out here to, you know, not have to go through what I went through with being bamboozled. I got bamboozled probably about 3 times here, so it will never happen again. Cause guess what? I ain't dealing with. Okay, let me get back focused on the video. My bad, y'all. But it's actually a thing here. Men like to rob women. Bum ass, dirty ass, broke ass men like to rob women here. Bosses here, let's say boss women, because the women that move to Atlanta, especially my beauty industry boos or whatever, like the hairstylists, makeup artists, lashes, we be racking it up. We just like trappers out here, you know what I mean? We be pushing, you know what I mean? And they be seeing it, you know what I mean? Let me stop saying, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, we be making stuff happen and they see it. So they just be, you know, plotting. I've seen a lot of stories on Instagram where men set up dating apps and they go to a whole bunch of women's houses, and like the women end up reporting that they stole a chain, they stole money, they stole this, they stole that. That's actually a thing. I've seen a lot of stories. Actually, before that happened, I saw 2 or 3 stories like that, and I kept saying like, what the hell? Like, why these men doing this? These bumming people up. Like, it's a lot of robberies that happen in Atlanta. Like, they rob men, women, old people, whoever, you know what I mean? A lot here in Atlanta. I got like 3 clients that said when they first moved here, someone busting their window and stole stuff out their car, you know what I mean? So it's at an all-time high. What it is, the minimum wage ain't good here. I mean, what it is, the minimum wage ain't good here. People, you know, don't come out here, you know, to be rappers and whatever and end up not hitting off, and they be broke because they too embarrassed to get a job. They left their hometown and moved to Atlanta to show off. They really bumming it up. So they try to find people that's like that's on top of their stuff and come after them, and you know, let's just say he better be glad he alive. I'm still just thinking about that. You better be glad you alive. If you watching this, I swear to God, like, I wasn't even able to tell my dad. I didn't tell my dad because my dad's like a felon, y'all. He's on his 3rd strike. My dad's already made it clear that when it comes to his kids, he don't care about going to jail for life. My dad used to be out in LA literally with Snoop and Tupac and all them back because I was born in LA. He used to be out like running the streets with them, running with the Crips and stuff like that. My dad, like, you know, has been to jail and prison. So, you know what I mean? My dad don't play. I don't even play with my dad, you know what I mean? So I didn't tell him till like after like 4 months after having 5 months. 5 or 6 months after it happened. He sat in the same spot like this, y'all, the whole rest of the night, quiet, just oh, he was pissed. He just sat in the same spot like that, you know what I mean? You don't know what the dude was said or whatever, so he couldn't really do nothing about it. He was like, why you just not telling me, you know? So be glad you're alive. For every night you pray. Thank God that my homeboy changed my perspective, because don't ever disrespect me. I work too hard for my money. And I'm sure the women that get robbed, they do. Everybody here in Atlanta work hard. You know what I mean? Like, we work really hard here to build our clientele, to get our money going. You know what I mean? I had just moved to Atlanta. I was only in Atlanta for a year. Not even a full year when that happened. You know what I mean? So, it would never happen again. Never in my life. So, yeah. That's actually a thing here. So, y'all be careful. All y'all big bosses that's moving to Atlanta, don't carry around cash. Don't leave your card around. Don't invite too many people to your home, because that's the thing. They set people up, they get people doors knocked down. Just be careful. Don't come out here flashing and let people come to your house. If you're gonna flash, make sure nobody know where you live. Women actually, yeah, they actually go and talk to men. They got money and they get them set up too. That's the thing too. Get their door kicked down, you know what I mean, robbed at gunpoint. Women be plotting and planning too, so be careful with the women too, fellas. If you watching this and you a man, be careful. Atlanta is full of the biggest groupies, the biggest gold diggers, groupies, whores. Just Lord, if Instagram was a city, it'd be Atlanta. Like, these girls out here don't give a F who they sleep with, who they mess with. Like I said earlier, as long as you got money, you balling, you got a section with bottles. It's sad seeing it, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, you know, it's so much potential to make money here. It's so much money to be made in Atlanta. But girls would rather come out here and sell their bodies. Instead of thinking about what their talent is and capitalize on it and create revenue from it, from all the followers and, you know, just whatever, they rather just come out here and just give up their body. You know, it's a big Instagram model out here. She, like I said, around the quarantine stuff was happening, she was selling her body for $5,000. It was a secret, and the reason I know, because someone I know knows a dude who she offered it to, and he told her, he's like, she's selling herself for $5,000. I was like, what? Yeah, pretty much like in the city, they're actually building a lot. I've seen a lot of apartments that they're building in the city, so I just feel like Atlanta's about to get like worse. I feel like Atlanta's about to get really, really worse, because they're building a lot of. I just seen about 3 apartment buildings, 3 or 4 actually apartment buildings in the city that they built, that are building right now, and I'm like, Lord, it's about to get worse and worse. Because really, Atlanta, really what it is a melting pot. It's people from all different states coming and moving here, and that's why it's just so much robberies, killings, shooting. Like, it's a lot going on, you know. And I live in downtown Atlanta, you know what I mean, right in the city, and I heard gunshots the other day. I heard, you know what I mean, I paid too much money to be hearing gunshots. I heard 5 gunshots, and then after that, it was like 8 police cars riding around trying to see who, you know, what was going on. And I live in a nice part of Atlanta, next to a college. It's hood central. You know what I mean? No matter, you pay a lot. You can pay a lot and still be around hood activity. Because there's just too much going on. There's too many people moving here. So, y'all be careful. Don't come out here trying to come here on vacation. Like, all my clients come out here, y'all be careful, for real. Because they be like, oh, we finna turn up, we finna take shots, we finna drink. And I'll be like, be aware of your surroundings here. This is not the place to come to and just be drunk and not be aware of yourself. You going out here in Atlanta. They be putting stuff in people's drinks here. That's the thing. They put stuff in people's drinks while you ain't looking. So don't take drinks that people offer you, because that's actually a thing here. You know, just, I want everybody to be safe. You know, when I was young, 21, 22, I was very naive. I was, you know, just full of life. Just very, just, you know, the Southern Belle. I just wanted to explore and just, you know, got myself into, you know, just a few, maybe 2 situations whatever I could have avoided, because I was just not thinking, just drunk and just having to want to have the time of my life, whatever. And you know, you trying to have the time of your life could cost you your life. So like I said, the wage isn't good. The minimum wage here, I think, is $7.50 or $7.25, $7.50. So when you move here, if you're gonna move here, you know what I mean, make sure you have a career, make sure you have a set plan, you know what I mean, make sure you have a hustle, because it's like everybody think that this is the promised land. They think everybody think they can move to Atlanta and they be successful, and that's why these people are stealing and robbing, because like they get here and they think, oh, I see so and so doing it big and got this, got that, let me come out here and do it, and it don't hit off of them, you know what I mean, it don't hit off of everybody. So when you come out here, make sure you got a plan, a hustle, something, because like they don't pay nothing for the jobs here. I remember when I first moved here, I was working at a front desk. I was making $10 an hour, y'all. My paycheck was like 730 every 2 weeks. Y'all, what is 730 every 2 weeks gonna do? It was I worked there for a month, and it was crazy because it was so many people hitting me up for appointments, and I just felt like, you know what I mean, when I moved to Atlanta, I should just work a job. But when I moved here, I really could have started working straight on with my clients. I really could have came here, just became a, you know what I mean, a self-employed makeup artist like that. But I was just thinking like, I'm new here, let me kind of just get adjusted first, you know, let me get a job, something secure, because I don't know how my clients are gonna do. When I got here, literally, my first week I was here, I had 4 clients, you know what I mean? And then after the weeks went by, then it just started multiplying, you know what I mean? And I was canceling them all of them for that job. And that's when I started realizing I'm gonna get paid $730 if this job. The wage isn't good here unless you have a career or a degree. You come out here to do hair, you know what I mean? But then, like I said, hair and makeup don't hit off everybody. I do nails. When I did my nails, y'all, oh my god, my nails blew up. I posted my nails, a picture. This is the first set I had ever did on myself. It was like glittery and it had bling on it. I posted it and it blew up on Instagram, blew up on Facebook. Oh my gosh, my phone was ringing off the hook from people trying to book me. I was like, oh, I had only been in Atlanta for like 2-3 months, I think. Atlanta's a very vain city, very vain. A lot of people here, that's all they care about is clout. All they care about is fame. People only deal with you because of who you know, and that's why I recently just stopped really being friendly and just kind of be to myself, because people here only deal with you because of what you can provide for them, or what you can offer them, or how you can benefit them, who you know. They see you know people, you kind of connected or whatever in the industry, they tagging along, whatever. The minute you tell them like, oh, I don't want to go out, or the minute you tell them no, the minute you tell someone no, like you do hair, makeup, nails, whatever, no, then they switch up. It's just like everyone here is so vain, so just into themselves, and just users, just straight up users, whatever. So I just stay to myself now because people here like. So I've done all the negatives. Let me just real quick zoom through the positives. Like I said, the positive part of moving to Atlanta is, you know, you do get to come out here and network. Cause, you know, Tyler Perry Studios, rappers, celebrities, you know, just a lot of people out here to network with. A lot of people that's looking for people to network with, videographers, you know, just whatever. So it's good to come out here and network. That's the pro. That's my pro. The reason I'm sticking it out so long in Atlanta is because my money, my career, my clients, my hustle, it does really, really good here. I love this city when it comes to networking. People are always looking to network with people, so that's why, you know, I've stayed out here. So that's a good thing. You do get to come out here and network. Just, you know, like I said, come out here to handle business. Don't come out here just trying to be crazy and date, and, you know. There are events every day, so there's always something to do. Just about every day there's something to do in Atlanta. There's always something to do. Always a concert, day party, club, you know, museum, you know, album release party. You know, it's always something going on. All the record labels are here, you know. So if you want to, you know, come here to be an event planner, that would be perfect, because there's always something going on, you know. So always something going on in Atlanta. That's a good thing. Like I said, it's the music capital. Coming out here to do music or be in, you know, the industry, perfect. Always something going on. Always something going on in the music industry, so it'll be perfect for you if you're in the music industry to get your music popping off. Just be careful. You know, it's a city where it's a lot of YouTubers. You can come out here and collab and, you know, get your YouTube popping and growing, because there's a lot of YouTubers that move here. Atlanta is for black people. Everywhere you go is black people. They hire black people like this. You go in businesses and organizations and number black people. So yeah, if you black and you want to prosper, move to Atlanta. Especially if you have a degree and stuff, they hire black people like this. The city of Atlanta is kind of like, whoo, it's like Buckhead is bougie. The city, like downtown, like midtown, kind of hood a little bit, you know. But once you get out of the city, it's country. So just get prepared to run into Trump supporters or whatever, because once you get out the city in Atlanta, you're gonna run into, you know, buku, racist, country people that are not for you unless you're a Trump supporter. So stay tuned. Let me know below what you think, if you agree with me, what you want me to do a video on next, and